What up, guys? I actually just was in a cafe and came to the restroom real quick to make this video, just to get a private place to talk. Sometimes I just want to make my videos right when it's off top of my head, so I don't have to remember what I was thinking later or have to write it down. But in this one, I want to talk about like a major shift that I made. Dang, my hair is hecka messed up. I'm just about to go on a road trip. But a major shift that I made in my thinking when it comes to going on dates with women, and this especially like first dates or even dates at all, and that's to stop doing like interview style dates. This is like when you show up to the date and you're trying to streamline, the process of finding out if this person is compatible with you. So, you ask them questions. So, how big of a house do you want to live in? So, how many kids do you want? So, what's your values? Like, what are you looking for most in a man? I mean, that's the what are you looking for most in a man? I think is kind of okay for a first date, as long as you kind of keep it light. Like, or asking them, so like, kind of trying to find out all this deep, important stuff that's foundational for a marriage. Like, you don't really want to be asking those questions. You want to let those things like bleed out, like over time, like come out over time, um, because you'll kind of get to know things anyways by what the person says over time. You don't want to ask all that stuff too early because all that logical, deep, really important stuff is often too heavy for the relationship to bear, at that time, because it's only your first date or whatever. So on your first date, you don't want to do an interview style, especially if the person the other person might start to feel like you're testing them, if you're asking these sorts of questions. And then they might shut down. But so you on the date, you wanna just more have fun and just enjoy what's in the scenery. Oh, look at that bird. Ask them questions. You can ask them questions about themselves, but don't do it as a way of screening them. To see if they're a good partner. Like, you can ask them, so where do you want to live when you're older? But don't do it as like an interview, like to try to find out if you're compatible. Just do it out of curiosity and to kind of allow this person to talk about themselves. I think maybe once you've gotten to fourth or fifth date or so, then maybe you can throw in a couple interview things like, hey, what do you think about like I don't know, you can start asking things that matter to you as far as being in a relationship. But still, I wouldn't even go so far to be asking things that have to do with marriage. um like a big reason for that too is that you know the person will give you an answer that you might not like, but if you actually dated them for a few months, they may actually be more willing to compromise with what you like. If you ask a woman on the first date, would you ever be willing to move to another, part of the country or something like that, they might say, no, I wouldn't. But if you're dating them for multiple months, 4 or 5 months, and you're talking about getting engaged, then they might be more willing to move to another part of the country or whatever. So you don't want to ask too heavy of questions up front, because you might not even get a good answer because they're not willing to even go along with your ideals in your life or compromise. But yeah, just go out and have fun. You're gonna be a lot less rigid anyways. Like, if you're just going to have fun and just chat with them, no need to figure out things quick. It will come out over time, who they are. So stop the interview style dates. I don't know, I think a lot of us, more nicer guys tend to be kind of logical and just want to figure it out. But take your time, let all that stuff come out naturally, let them speak on it. Yeah, take care, y'all. Peace. And one more quick thing that I want to emphasize, if I didn't already, is that you want to create an emotional connection on the first couple dates, so you can strengthen that emotional connection before you kind of start talking more logical things. Because if you get to the end of the date and you don't feel an emotional connection for them, and maybe they don't feel that for you, even if you were compatible on so many things, like you want to live in the same place, live the same lifestyle, and you found all these compatibilities for marriage or something like that, you both might walk away not feeling emotionally attracted, not feeling that butterfly feeling, because you ask too many logical questions. Like, it's hard to have an emotional connection with somebody when, if you just ask them on the first day, so how many kids do you want to have? It's a lot to bear. So I don't recommend talking about those things unless you just want to talk about it for fun. But yeah, okay, peace out.